Hey guys, we are about to head down to Reelfoot, do some bluegill fishing. Got my boy Coulter here with me today. We are probably gonna be in a little bit of trouble judging by the sky and what the forecast is. Wasn't supposed to rain, but now it's gonna rain, and we're gonna go out there and see if we can't get on some of these bedded bluegill. What do you think about it? We gonna do it? Yeah, you think so? Pretty confident? That's the way I like it right there. That's the key to fishing, guys. If you want to catch fish, you got to be confident. So hit that subscribe button, like this video. Let's go fishing. It's right here. It's at 14 to 16 foot, right in there. I'm still on bottom.
No.
You on, no, yours is standing up. I'm just a little bit too deep. Well, I done lost my cricket. Jig it around a little bit. I don't know. Oh, what you got? You got one?
No.
What you doing to me? Cricket still good?
Yeah.
Did you get yours?
No.
All right, there's two swinging and misses.
Got my cricket that time.
Yeah, you got my cricket too. I think I'm still dragging bottom a little bit. I am. I'm gonna shallow up just a little bit more. There's our first one. It's just right at keeping size. We're gonna have to see if we can't find a few just a little bit bigger. We gotta feed on Mr. David the cook. He sits in there and cooks for us all down here. Thank you. And he don't get to come out here and fish much, so we're gonna try to get him some fish. There's a rule of thumbs to this, guys. To catch a great big bluegill, you gotta feed him 4 crickets before you actually catch him. There ain't gonna make the team. We may have some small bluegill in here. That's the thing about the bluegill spawn. Everybody thinks, he got him a female there. Everybody thinks that they spawn, they're here for 2 weeks and then they're gone. It's always first 2 weeks of May. Here we are, next week starts July. And honestly, that's when the bluegill fishing gets the best. What you have is 1st of May, you get the big giant bluegill come in and bed, and then a week to 10 days later, you'll have a medium class bluegill come in, and then a week to 10 days later, you have the smaller class come in. Well, you can still catch a few big ones in there mixed in with the smaller ones, but they're still fun to catch and it's a great time. Then immediately, a month later, the big ones come back in and the whole cycle starts and goes over again. So this bed right here, these fish are a little bit small. In 2 weeks, they're liable to be your 8, 9, 10 inch bluegill. They'll be your giants. It's a never ending spawn for almost 3 months straight. 3 months, right here. Slip bobber, a cricket, having fun with the kids. I don't know what else to say. And honestly, my favorite time to bluegill is the first 2 weeks of August, and they're still on beds all the way up through August. If I miss many more, I'm gonna slide around to that other one over there. Coulter got him. Pick on me, I'll stick Coulter on you. There you go. Good job, man. You wanna tell me about it? What kind of bluegill you got there?
A bluegill.
A bluegill? He's got a male bluegill. They're in here building a nest. And it's got the turquoise jaw. They're colored up really good, and the reason they're so colored up is because their hormones are racing. They're in there fighting other males to get to that bed. Did he swallow it on you?
Can't see because there's a cricket in there.
All right, there you go. Grab your bobber. They're really colored up, and it's because of their hormones. they're in there building the bed. And they're fighting out other males trying to impress the ladies and get them to spawn in the hole that they just built. Yeah, next week starts July, and so many people have already quit bluegilling because it's too late. It's too late. They missed the spawn in May. All right, here's gonna answer a question. How do I know when it's time to move? We have just caught 3 that are too small to keep. That is when I'm gonna move on to the next bed. I don't care how many fish are in there. They're too small to ethically keep, so it's time to move. We're in 2.3, we're gonna start out. Instead of throwing in there and going all the way to the bottom, we are going to start out just a little bit more shallow. It's right over there towards the front of that boat. Just not out quite that far, just that angle. So we're gonna start out up a little bit higher, try to get the aggressive ones before we have to get down in there and start dragging our baits through it. See, bobber stop is hanging up in there. Oh, that felt like a good one. Let's see. Right there ought to work. Yep, right there will work. I had to go a little bit deeper. I mean, you're usually fishing 2 to 2.5 foot of water, so you ain't got to worry about your bobber going down. And one of the things you have to do fishing with slip bobber is cast out past where you intend to start fishing at and let the line go through the slip bobber to get down. Because if you don't, you reel your bobber all the way into where you want to fish, it's going to keep on coming towards you because that line's got to get through it and get down to where the bed is. There you go. Now let it go down out there. Oh boy, we got a full growed one. A full growed one. Yes, sir. Woo-wee. That dude right there is flat out full grown. Oh man, he just peed all over my screen. These males, every time you touch them, they're gonna pee everywhere, and that one got my screen, but it was worth it. Oh, we got another one coming. Let me get rid of this one. Oh, another good fish. Another good fish. Now, for y'all that don't know, this is my son Coulter. And I asked him this morning, I said, we only need 15 or 20 bluegill for a good show. Do you want to film? He told me, he said he wanted to thump them. He wanted to go out and thump on them. He don't want to quit at 15 or 20. They're absolutely a ball to catch. Cameraman is filming from one of Blue Bank's cabins right here. You can walk straight out your door and bluegill fish. And most everybody passes it up. You got something funny going on. Your cricket ain't going down. See him floating behind your bobber, reel in and see what's up. Yeah, your cricket never once went down. All right, flip out there again. Something wasn't right. When I pitch out, I let a little bit of line out so that it can go down. And then I'll start bringing it in to where I want to fish. All right, instead of reeling, stop reeling, drag, now let off so it can go down on loose line. There you go. I waited too long. These bluegill beds, a lot of times if you let up on them, they'll shut down on you. You got to keep a bobber in on them at all times. You never want to give them a second's break. The rain's getting ready to start again. Oh, got him, stung him. Oh, pull and drag, I like it. Oh, catfish. Let me have that thing. Oh, don't touch me with him. These little catfish, when they sting you, boy, it'll burn. They've got little poisonous barbs on their fins. And the smaller ones are the worst, by far. And you're absolutely gonna catch a few catfish here and there on these bluegill beds. Every once in a while, you'll get a largemouth or a great big crappie. I caught a crappie off a bluegill bed the other day that's pushing 3 pounds down here. There's gar coming up. Did your mama tell you about that rod smacking her in the face the other day?
No.
A gar grabbed grabbed her cricket and took to pulling, and then it let go. And that rod come back, and I mean smacked her hard. You could hear it on the film. Go. He got his. He got his. That there ain't gonna make the team, is it? Oh, I just missed one. There he is. Ah, I missed him. I didn't miss him. Right here right in front of the cabins. I mean, just right there in front of the cabins. That's the thing I see a lot of people do wrong, is they will launch, and wherever they launch at, they'll take off and try to run as far as what they possibly can away from everything. And they're running across some of the best fishing in the whole lake. I see people do it every day. I mean, we started out inside where the rental boats are there at Blue Bank this morning. I mean, literally inside where the rental boats are. All them rental boats running in and out, day in, day out, and them fish are still bedding in there. And right now we're barely off the dock of one of the cabins that Blue Bank rents out here. We're just sitting there just jigging that bobber a little bit, trying to make that bait bounce up and down off the bottom and aggravate them fish just a little bit. Another good fish. Yes, sir. They better than what them over there was. Oh, go. He was wiping his eyes. But they, oh, he got that one. Let me get in there where he was.
Oh, this thing's been attacked by something.
Oh yeah? Yeah, it has. Either a gar or one of them, well, I can't even think what they're called, the little blackbirds. The begging loons. Could have been a catfish too. A lot of times this time of year, while the bluegill are in there defending the beds, they're trying to ward off all the predatory fish. And you'll get bluegill that's got bite marks that cover them. And it's where that a catfish has chomped down on them, trying to run them off so that it can get in there and eat them fry. Most of what's in here is mainly channel cats. So there's not, the channel cats ain't gonna eat that whole bluegill. It's not like a flathead or something. It's bluegill fishing, it's a game of inches, and that bobber depth being set just right is the difference in catching fish and not catching fish. Right now, this storm has kind of got them shut down. We're having to reel in, I got a fish, reel in, I got a fish. Good one too. Oh, mad one. There's Mad. That's kind of weird. He crossed me and he was reeling in, dragging it in. And that's when that I got hit. So they may want it moving for all I know this morning. There's one. Pull in to the left, that's a begging.
I got bit at the same time.
You got bit at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, it felt like a begging. I guess that one there had his mouth open. I lied to you folks. Yeah, I literally launched my boat right here beside us this morning. We're gonna blister them right here beside the ramp. We actually were drawing a crowd there too. Sit there and just, you should be really close. Just kind of rock the bobber a little bit. The waves are almost to where that it will do it itself. And once you get out of the spot, reel in and pitch back out there, because it ain't a very big bed. It's only about the size of a truck hood. So like right now, you're off of it. So all I'm doing is sitting there just twitching the bobber. I'm not really trying to get it to move much at all, just enough to twitch my bait. Just enough to twitch the bait. Oh, there's a good fish. All we're doing is just trying to rock the bobber a little bit. We got a nice little bed right here in front of us. Ain't very big. This is where I do most of my better trips, is fishing those beds that don't have but 6 to 8 holes per bed. Come in there and catch 3 or 4 fish and move on. And I just normally hit 25, 30 beds. It's running and gunning bluegill fishing. Turn around here. Your split shot is up way too high. I'm getting bit, Coulter's not, and here's why. See the distance between the split shot and the hook? We're gonna drag him down and get him in that 4 to 6 inch range. We're set about the same depth. And what it is, that cricket will float up behind that split shot. So he might be set deeper than I am, but that cricket is holding a foot above the split shot, just floating up in the air. I'm putting it down right on the bed. Now the wind's taking you into the left, so pitch a little bit right-handed to where you want to go. That way the wind will help push you in there. I want you to cross my line, okay? I want you may never hear me say that again. I want you to pitch across my line. There you go now. Don't shut it, don't shut it. All right, now you can shut it. See, you're down now. And now you're in the pump house right there. I'm shutting mine, but I'm letting enough line out, raising the rod up and then shutting it. And all I've been doing is just sitting there just twitching. Twitch it, let it set, twitch it, let it set. I got one. I didn't even know that fish was on there. I was having to get my bobber down and let it drag across the bottom. And I did not know that fish was on there until I went to reel in. We're getting ready to spin over to this other bed. Dragging the bottom now, but I was trying to figure out why in the world we can't get these fish to bite. Yep. Okay, we're back. I went down about a foot so that it would get down there and drag bottom. Come on, fish, we know you're in there. Oh, yep. See that rain coming across that lake right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the end of this. Let's make our long boat run in. What do you say? Yeah, rain's done moved another 1/4 mile towards us. It's gonna be here in just a minute. What we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 in the box. Jump.
Oh, the rain's moving in.
So we moving out. All right, guys, I want to show you what it is that we're using to catch these bluegill, and this is what I've been using for about a year now. It's the Ozark Mini. It's a 5.5 foot rod. It's a short rod that has big eyelets to be able to let that bobber stop go through. We use a slip bobber and a simple long shank cricket hook. That's all it is, a number 6 long shank cricket hook. Slip bobber, a short rod, but it's got to have eyes big enough to let that bobber stop go through. That way, if you're fishing 2 foot or 4 foot, all you got to do is pull the bobber stop up. You can cast, flip, whatever you want to do, and that minimizes the hang up on the bobber stop. And that's why that I choose this rod. Open face reel, doesn't matter if it's push button, open face, whatever you prefer. But this is my setup. I wanted to show that to you. Let's get back to fishing. We might end up not getting to fish this one because of the wind blowing so hard. Have to get up against the bank or something possibly. I was going to say there's a bunch a little bit further out. You should be about there. Oh God, got way wrong. Yeah, I can't tell if our bobbers are going down or not because they're getting pushed to the sides so fast. Alright, this right here is not going to work, I don't think. Man, I hate that because that's a good bed. It's even better over there. There's a fish in every hole over there. Got a smaller bed right here in front of us. All we've been doing is coming down through here with that trolling motor turned up, looking on perspective mode. I had originally side scanned down through here and saw a lot of these beds. And now that we're back out here, it's a little bit better without all that rain, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got run out by the rain this morning, and it looked like a lot of my beds, the fish got run out by the rain too. Oh, there's one. Found one that didn't get run out. Right there, just right at keeper size. We got a cook back there that feeds us a whole bunch at Blue Bank, and we're out here trying to catch him a mess of bluegill. We got 11 in the boat before the rain started, and now we're just gonna fight this rain, what it's done to the fish for about an hour, and then the rain's gonna be right back in here on top of us. See where your bobber's set at. You should be fine right there. Got us a female. This right here is female. She hasn't even spawned out yet. Her belly's still pooched out, where she's a little fat, little bit female. We always want to throw in females back, especially when they haven't spawned yet. It's taking some talking to get these fish to bite. You see my bobber, I'm jigging and dropping, jigging and dropping. I'm just trying to come from one bed down into the next, up over the next one, down into the next. And all I'm doing is just rocking my bobber a little bit, just to make that cricket flicker and try to aggravate them in the bite. And if these don't, oh, got another female, sure is. All right guys, that's 2 females off this same bed. It's time to move. The females are running in, trying to do their thing, and we ain't gonna mess with them spawning. So we're gonna leave this bed alone and go to the next one. Small male fish. Rule of thumbs for me on keeper fish. If my fingers overlap, that is not a keeper. If there's gap in between my fingers when I grab them, that's when they go in the box. And we ain't 200 yards from where we launched at. That's what I was saying. The best place to find these bluegill a whole lot of times is right there where you're launching at. And you gotta figure these bluegill out. They're different every single day. Sometimes they want it sitting dead still. Sometimes they want it dead still, and sometimes they want it moving. My big thing about bluegill fishing, or even crappie fishing for that matter, is if you feel like you're begging for a bite, then it's time to move. Catch the aggressive fish and don't waste your time on the ones that are just not wanting to bite. You can see them, they're more over to the right. That'll work. Well, I think it will. Let's check him out. Oh, my fingers is touching. Right there, that's a decent looking bluegill, but my fingers are touching. He needs to go back and grow up just a little bit.
So there's a log or something there?
Yeah, there's something under the water. Most of the time when they bed, they're gonna be right against a piece of wood of some sort or something hard. They like being able to back up to it. I got your bobber. Boy, I messed everything up there, didn't I? All right, you're free. And there swallowed it. He wanted it. He absolutely wanted it. There we go. We're gonna mess around and get him a mess of bluegill. It might take us a second. There's quite a few fish on that bed. It's just talking them into biting is not the easiest thing in the world after that storm come through. And it's getting ready to come back. So we need them to bite pretty quick. Oh, I'm getting bit. I seen my bobber jigging, then I realized it wasn't me the one jigging it. This is the best looking bed we've seen today. It's got fish on every hole. I'll say I've got to work. Oh, go. Got a little bend to the rod. There we go. Good job, man.
It's been a minute since I got one.
Well, that's two in what, 2 minutes? Not even. About the time that I threw, mine was a little bit too small. I threw it back, and Coulter got this one. I believe that one there may keep. That'll make old David happy. I just missed one. I turned back around, my bobber was under.
I think I got
You
it.
still got a cricket?
Yep.
All right, pitch out there about where my bobber is. Oh, I just missed one, doggone it. Oh, I got him that time. Yeah, right there where my bobber was. Oh, that's a good one. Come here, baby doll. Man, these things are so pretty. I mean, just the colors of them. Well, if I can get that hook out. He wanted it. There it comes. Just the colors of these fish are just absolutely beautiful. And they're like that because they're all hormoned up. They're in here trying to make a bed to impress the ladies and cue the wind because we found some fish. Well, guys, that rain run us off the lake. I'm soaked, you're soaked. But the best part about it is we was able to catch a decent mess of bluegill out here. And that's what we wanted to come out and show you, that it's almost July. This bite stays good through the end of August. You couldn't have picked worse conditions to try to film a YouTube video and still catch fish. Reelfoot, if it ain't on your bucket list, get it on there. Bring them kids down here, let them have a good time. And until next time, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Remember, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and tomorrow, we're going after some crappie.